Whichever type of carry-on bag that you decide to use, whether it's something simple like a backpack or a small suitcase, perhaps both, there are definitely some items that you are going to want to pack. And we're going to talk about it right after this. Hey everyone, Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. So when you first arrive at a cruise port, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to give your suitcase to the porter, and you're not going to see your suitcase again until you get to your room later on and they deliver it. Now this could take a few hours depending on what time you get on the ship, how big the ship is, and how many suitcases they have to deliver. So that is why what you pack in your carry-on bag is so important. First thing to remember is don't overpack your carry-on bag. Remember, it can be a few hours before you're able to get to your room, and you are stuck carrying your carry-on bag until that happens. So if you make it real heavy, real bulky, overly cumbersome, anything like that, you can be stuck dragging that around the ship with you for a few hours. So definitely keep that in mind. So before we get to what to pack in your carry-on bag, I do ask you to please hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so, helps our channel grow, and allows us to continue bringing you cruising content and cruising tips. So the most important thing that you can put in your carry-on bag is going to be your travel documentation. And this is going to be all documents that you need to get on this cruise ship, such as your boarding passes, your identification, whether that's the birth certificate and your ID, or a passport, and any other documentation that your cruise may require. Always check with your cruise line and verify you have all documentation. Depending on where you're going, could require something extra. Don't make the mistake of packing your cruise documents in your suitcase, then you hand it off to the porter, go to check in for your cruise and realize you don't have them. This is going to delay you for several hours, because now they have to go find your suitcase, bring it back to you so you can get out the documentation to get on the ship. And the last thing you want is a delay when you're trying to get on board and start your vacation. So pack your documentation in your carry-on. The second most important item is going to be any medication that you are going to need or possibly need before you can get back to your suitcase and your room. There is basic medication available on the cruise ships, either through the medical department on board the ship or in the shops on board the ship. However, the shops are normally closed when you're in port, and things on the cruise ship can be way more expensive than they are to purchase at your local drugstore. So anything you're going to need like that, whether it's prescription medicine or seasick medication, heartburn medication, anything like that, put it in your carry-on. That way you have it if you need it. Third's going to be any expensive or breakable items that you just don't want to leave in your suitcase. For example, I always carry my camera equipment in my backpack just so I know it doesn't get broken or lost before it gets to my room. And of course, I want to be able to take pictures and film as soon as I get on board the ship, so I always carry that with me. And fourth is going to be any cash that you're going to take with you. And you are going to need some when you take a cruise. You're going to need some when you drop your suitcase off with the porters. You're going to give them a tip. When you're in port, I recommend you use cash anytime that you can. While a lot of ports do accept credit cards, it's always a safe bet to use cash, and cash is widely accepted. If you go on excursions, you're usually going to want you to tip the driver, tip the excursion. You may want to just buy a small souvenir, get a drink in port, something like that. So you're going to want to have cash. You're going to want to put that in your carry-on. It's just the safest bet to keep that on you until you can get to your room and put it in the safe. And last, pack anything else in your carry-on that you just know you're going to need, such as a swimsuit and some sunscreen if you plan on getting in the pool right away, your phone charger. If you need to stop and charge your phone, you take a lot of pictures like I do, you may need your phone charger, and pretty much anything else you just know you're going to use. But like I said, remember, you have to carry this with you until you can get to your room, so don't overpack it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video on what to pack in your carry-on bag. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day, and we will see you out on the high seas.